Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Critters Corner Alan Tolliver Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the West Green Buffaloes basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with head coach Alan Tolliver. Coach, how you doing this evening?
We're making it. First day back to class.
That's true. Rolling into the new year now, fresh off of Christmas break and New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, whatever. How was it?
Yeah, it was good. We played our Christmas tournament before Christmas. So that was we always like doing that, and then we played Gibbs before Christmas, and then we took some days off from basketball. Took a break. They needed a break from each other for a little bit. Took a few days off. Enjoyed some time with family and friends. Just overall though, really good break for us. We came back in. We was ready to get to practice, eager to get after it, and ready to start this new year off. See where we've grown and what progress we've made so far.
Did you watch a lot of football over the break?
I did, a bunch of it.
It was bowl season. Bowl season. I'll be honest, it's not the same as it used to be.
No, there's too many opt-outs.
Yeah, too many opt-outs. The transfer portal kind of
kills it.
Hurts a lot of that too, but it's still cool to watch some of these bowl games because you get to see some matchups that have never happened before and haven't happened for decades and decades on each other. Like, for example, Penn State and Ole Miss, first time they'd ever played each other.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I was watching the bowl game, but you had a lot of good bowl games. Which ones were your favorite to watch?
LSU won. Go Tigers. That was a sweaty one, though.
Yeah, it was.
A little nerve-wracking. Both playoff games were really good to watch. I'm not going to talk about either one of them.
For once, I think it was nice that neither of them were blowouts.
Yeah. I feel like everybody was like, oh, they got the top four right. They got the top four right. You still got the people out there that saying Georgia should have been in, but if they should have been in, they should have beat Bama.
Yeah. Then again,
who do you put them in?
They made their case, but that's true.
Who do you put them in over?
I think it's kind of a perfect storm where the last year of a 14 playoff is the one year that it needed to be more than a 14 playoff right before you go to the 12 team.
But then you look at it, though, and Liberty would have been your 12th team. And Oregon absolutely manhandled them.
See, I don't agree with – I do agree with having a non-Power 5 team in it because I think that makes it rewarding for those teams to have something else to fight for.
Yeah.
To where you have a chance. But when it is teams like Liberty like that, it doesn't feel the same. Like
they got walked.
When you get teams like Cincinnati, who 2 years ago actually made the 14 playoff, like those teams seem like they deserve it because – their quarterback is now a starting quarterback in the NFL. Sauce Gardner is
second best.
One of the best cornerbacks. Yeah.
I don't know if you looked at stats this year.
Stingley?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Stingley's proved his point. Just saying. Everybody hopped on the Sauce train after last year.
You get a lot of those non-Power 5 teams like that, and some deserve it, some don't, I think.
I agree. I think that Cincinnati team they were solid.
And if a Memphis team makes a case like that, I think you could have some validity in them. James Madison's looked good recently, but I don't know if they
lost.
Yeah, but I don't know if they get in next year, if they're quite that team that you're searching for.
They lost who? Air Force?
No, they lost Appy State.
No. They lost.
James Madison?
In the ball game?
Oh, I thought you meant regular season. Yeah, they did lose to Air Force.
Yeah.
They were 11-1 regular season. I think their only loss was to App State.
Yeah.
App State.
I mean, if App State sneaks in, I'm cool with that.
If they do, they're cool. But there's some of those teams, like, you don't have any excitement to see them in there. Like, Liberty being in a New Year's Six bowl game was just kind of a letdown. Like, I think everybody expected Oregon to win by that margin. They were favored by, 18 points at kickoff, and I think everybody and their mom knew that one was.
Yeah, they were covering.
Yeah.
I mean, Oregon didn't really have any opt-outs either.
No, Bo Nix played.
I think they had their top receiver opted out, I think.
Troy. I can't remember his name as of right now. I can name you every other top receiver in the country. Saw a list today.
Did you name the number one receiver in the country?
College football rankings. Top 100 players this year. LSU had 2 receivers in the top 10.
Yep. Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr.
They did. Of course, Jaden Daniels is number 1.
Exactly.
I looked at the receivers because wide receiver is my favorite position, and my favorite team, Texas, in my opinion, had 2 of the best, but some others didn't feel that way.
Yeah, no, I agree. Mitchell is, I don't know, Worthy he didn't impress me much at the game.
Crazy part is they didn't have any of them in the top 10. Worthy, they ranked him as the 12th best receiver. and Mitchell wasn't a top 100 player.
Mitchell wasn't top 100?
Mitchell one kind of surprised me because I figured he might sneak in the 90s, but I don't know. It's like if you look at it, Worthy had more catches and more yards this year, but he had 5 touchdowns and Mitchell had 10. Mitchell had double that.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's like Brian Thomas, though.
That's the thing with me. You can get all the catches and all the yards that you want, and yes, you get us down the field, but you need an end zone threat.
Yeah.
That's like the conversation of greatest tight end of all time. Tony Gonzalez is always going to have the receptions and the yards.
Give me Gronk.
But if you need somebody to get in the end zone to score, I'm taking Gronk.
I'm taking Gronk.
10 times out of 10.
Yeah, give me Gronk every day.
At some point, you do have to look at stats
I take
and
some
say,
Antonio Gates action in there,
I would too. Like
I'll
at some
take some
point, you have to
Gates.
look at stats and say, okay, Tony G's him.
Yeah.
He's the number 1 tight end of all time. But if you're actually playing a football game and drafting a team, I think you're crazy not to take Gronk at 1.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got your Kelseys, you've got your Gates.
I think the Kelsey
Gonzalez.
train's kind of died off now.
It's dying off now.
I guess the Swift train, I don't know.
He had his prime season last year. Because I looked at that because I think everybody understands now that he's kind of tilted from his peak last year.
Yeah.
And last year was literally his peak. Most receptions in a season, most receiving yards, and I think most touchdowns in a season in his career. Winning a Super Bowl, having that post-game speech after the Cincinnati game and the Super Bowl. And then he starts dating Taylor Swift. And it's crazy how everything just started to slope. He has every brand endorsement in the country, it seems, right now.
He does. He does. I mean,
And then, I don't know. It's crazy how that happens.
That podcast is funny, though. I don't know if you listen to podcasts.
No. It's crazy how you could be at literally your peak, and then all that happens, and your play on the field just kind of starts to die off a little bit.
I think that's a hint.
I think that happens to a lot of players, though, sometimes. Like, none off the top of my head, but I know for sure you can come up with some examples like that.
Yeah.
Like, there are some hype trains that kind of get derailed
Real quick.
once they start to gain all that money and all that attention.
Yeah. And he did. How many touchdowns did he have this year?
It's not double digits. I think he needs like 16 yards next week to have 1,000, which should get, but
surely
you don't know.
Is he playing next week? They clinched, didn't they?
I think they clinched. Did they? I think they clinched.
Your phone.
Did they win this week? Yeah, they beat Cincinnati. They did. I think they clinched. Because the week before when they lost to Oakland, see, I'm still 4 years behind.
Where you at?
Vegas. When they lost to Vegas, they still weren't in it yet. But I think with their win this week, they did. NFL has got wild down the stretch, too.
It has. Who's your picks for Super Bowl?
Right now,
Yeah.
I think Baltimore out of the AFC. Because I think with Miami this week, it showed once again that they don't have defense to really stop a high-powered offense.
And Bradley Chubb went out with a torn ACL, so that's going to hurt.
I don't think anybody out of the AFC besides, I don't know.
I'm not going to count the Chiefs out.
I just can't rely on their offense.
I don't rely on them, but for
their
some
defense
reason,
gets them there.
Yeah.
But their offense just, and I'll be honest, this year, you can't rely on Josh Allen and the Bills.
No.
They've lost too many bad games and won too many good games.
They've looked really good at spurts, though.
You beat the Dolphins by 3 touchdowns at home. You beat the Chiefs. You beat the Cowboys.
Lose the Cardinals.
You come like a play away from beating the Eagles, but you lose to the Patriots. You lose to the Broncos. You lose some bad games, man. Like, you come 1 touchdown away from losing to the Giants. Like,
the Giants.
The AFC's odd this year. I don't trust anybody out of the South.
The Ravens have been the most complete.
Yeah.
Their defense is legit.
Yeah, it's crazy they lost to the Steelers.
Yeah, but out of the NFC, I don't want to be a casual and say the 49ers.
But it's tough not to.
It's tough not to, but
the way that they drummed the Cowboys and Eagles this year.
I wouldn't be mad if the
both
Lions.
I'd love it. I would love it, but I don't know if the Lions can beat. I don't know. I don't know if they can beat the Niners. They should have beat the Cowboys.
They should have.
They should have. How about that?
Yeah, they should have. But I don't know.
That's really sketchy, is it not?
It is. They definitely reported.
They definitely did. There's evidence on that. It's not like the Chiefs where did he report, did he not report? It's not like it's kind of like the Terry McLaurin situation last year, if you remember it. About this time last year, he looked at the official.
Gave thumbs up.
Official nodded his head, and as soon as the play started, he threw the flag. It's crazy.
Vegas, man.
Vegas, I think, does play a little bit into it sometimes, but I don't want to be that guy.
I'm not. I mean, I like the Bengals, so like I don't have a horse in the race anymore.
Do they? I think are they eliminated now? Yeah.
Yeah, they had to win.
Yeah, they had a good season going for a bit though.
It started out really terrible.
Who did they beat back to back? They beat the Niners. I know that.
Yeah, and then
did they beat the Bills? I think they did beat the Bills.
was it the Bills and Niners back to back though?
I can't remember.
I
If
don't
it
think it was
was
those two back to back.
They beat the Bills though.
Yep.
I can't remember who they beat back to back. I want to think it was like a really big game, like a really good team. They didn't beat the
They sucked against the Steelers.
Ravens game was where Joey B got hurt.
Yep.
That was a bad game.
He
Joe
should
Burrow got hurt.
He should have never
and-
started the year anyway. His calf was never healthy. He looked terrible in the first 3 games.
Yep.
And then they went on their little win streak.
Then he got hurt again.
Got hurt again.
He shouldn't have played that game.
No.
We can get into that too, but I don't really want to because that's another really sketchy situation where he's in a cast pregame and you know he's not really healthy, but you don't report him as being questionable to start or injured. I mean,
Yeah. And then he gets hurt. And
Yeah.
For the year.
Mark Andrews got hurt that same game too,
Yeah, with that hip tackle.
but it honestly don't even feel like they have missed a beat with Isaiah Likely.
But they have it.
That guy's going to make a lot of money in the offseason too.
A lot. Whoever takes him.
Yep.
Can't get rid of Mark Andrews though.
No, you can't. I don't know. I'm in the same boat. Like, you can't get rid of Mark Andrews, but it might be one of those situations where the backup might be better than the starter, but he's going to walk and make more money somewhere more than likely. I don't know what his contract looks like, but
Yeah, I don't even know.
I think that's just what you expect in those situations. Like, you see a backup really show out like that, they're going to go somewhere and get
Yeah.
paid.
Even if they suck next year, they're going.
Yeah, they're going to go somewhere and get paid. We don't got much basketball to talk about.
I mean, Gibbs.
And Gibbs has been a while ago.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been 13 days.
Yeah.
Since the last time you played that game. So, what you can remember and what you can tell us, go ahead and lead us through that game.
So first half went well. First quarter, trailing by like 4. Second quarter, we cut the lead to 2. Like we got a shot, wide open, made it. They come down and tried to hold for 1, and we got a poke. Well, we poked it. The ball was rolling towards half court. It was a scramble. Kid just he never looked up. Threw it up, nothing but net went in.
Wow.
Going to half down 5. Come out, and I think they hit 4 or 5 straight threes in a row. They went to a 2-3 zone on defense, and we went ice cold. We shot the ball pretty well in the first half. We went ice cold. We ended up pretty close to max subs. Went max subs, and second group we put out there took a 15-point deficit and cut it to. We cut it to 2 twice. We cut it to 1, and ended up tying it once. And then we ended up having to play the foul game and ended up losing that one. But overall, had a great effort. Braden McCamey came out. Finally, he's out of his slump. Hopefully, stays out of that slump going into the rest of the season. He shot the ball really well. I think he ended up with 24, 25. He was our leading scorer. Brock played really well in the first half. He was still getting over some sickness that he had from the Christmas tournament, so kind of got winded on us a little bit. But overall, I mean, like I've said in the last 2 or 3 interviews, turnovers haven't killed us. Our last 5, 6 games, we've been single digits in turnovers. So, fixed one problem. Now we start putting 4 quarters together. I think we'll be all right.
And I know it's been 2.5 weeks since we talked after that loss to Cherokee in the Big H Classic. And that was one of those games where you told them at some point during that day that you're just going to play whoever you think will give you max effort that game.
Yeah.
And I know the Gibbs game was right after that too, and it seemed like that was the same scenario where that was shortly after that, where that was still in effect with you saying that you were close to going max subs in that situation.
Yeah, and actually after that Cherokee game against Hancock, we did go max subs.
Yeah.
And ended up having a 50-point second half, and then go to Gibbs. Pretty much same mentality. It's pretty much what we're going to keep for the rest of the year. Seems to keep them motivated. Seems to work a lot harder that way. Not comfortable because they don't know, hey, am I going to start? Am I going to do this? Am I going to get minutes tonight? It's kind of lazy this week in practice. Is he going to play me? No. So it's kind of what we resorted to, and it's worked out for us. I don't know if you can tell by our games. If you come watch us, the intensity and the effort's totally different than what it was to start the year.
They've got a reason to be motivated coming up. They've got 3 county games.
3 back to back. Who scheduled this?
To open up 2024. You've got North Green first in the Husky Den on Saturday night. You've got South Green here at home on Tuesday. We won't go too far ahead and talk about Chucky Doke yet. We'll come in here hopefully next week and talk about it. But we do have those 2 games to talk about. One being non-conference, one being a district game, your second one of the season. We've got to take a break first, so we'll go ahead and jump right into that and be right back in just a minute here on Grassroots Media.
At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greenville, Tennessee.
Pizza Inn offers contactless buffet to go with JoJo's Family Feast or anything on our menu for carryout. We also honor birthday parties and cater to businesses and large events. We make it easy. Call us today. Pizza Inn Greenville.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Critters Corner Alan Tolliver Show, where we cover everything on the basketball court with the West Green basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with West Green head coach Alan Tolliver. Celsius. We didn't cover it on the first half. We'll wait till the beginning of the second half to get it. Very interesting flavor this week.
I'll be honest, I was not excited for it.
We've got
Cola.
Cola. I did not know this was a thing until I went to Publix over the weekend, and I was going to grab one off the shelf, and on the far left, over where you wouldn't look for it, they have the cola, and of course it being like a brownish can that doesn't really gravitate. Yeah, it doesn't really gravitate towards somebody's appeal for a Celsius drink, but it's not bad.
It's not terrible. It's definitely not last.
It's like kind of like a sugar-free Coke, but
it's got the caffeine-free flavor too.
I don't know, like. It tastes flat, but it's not flat. Like,
it's different.
1 to 10, what do you give it?
1 to 10, probably 6.
6. I was leaning 5, 6, like 5.5 range.
Yep.
All right, biggest question: where do you put it?
The rankings.
The rankings.
I'm gonna slide it in at number 5, and I'm gonna push watermelon down to 6.
Okay.
So I got the peach mango green tea. I got the orange, the peachy vibe, the kiwi guava, cola, and watermelon. It was terrible.
Watermelon wasn't good.
Golly, it was awful.
I think I'm going to stick cola in at 5 also.
Right above watermelon?
Yeah, above watermelon. Yeah. We've still got that switch in ours where your 2 is my 3 and my 3 is your 2, but the kiwi guava wasn't bad.
Dude, I'm telling you, the kiwi next guava, 2 I bring will definitely be in my top 3.
Kiwi guava, that was the one we had when we sat out there at the scores
table,
orange. Was it? Was that orange?
Kiwi guava was the last one we had. Okay. Here.
Kiwi guava was good. Orange was good too. I did enjoy orange.
The peachy vibe was just so much.
I'm a sucker for peach.
I got you.
So that's why I've got the peaches 1 and 2 right now. But here's the lists.
Pretty good.
Going into basketball now.
Basketball. We got
3 county games.
4 minutes.
Back to back to back. Yeah, that battery's about to die right here, but it's all right.
We're going to hit it quick.
We'll get it done.
Yep.
You got North Green, South Green that we got to talk about. North Green being a non-conference in-county game on the road. Talk about that one a little bit before we go into the South Green game.
Yeah, we got North Green at North Green Saturday. Everybody knows the Den. Tough place to play. Go in there. Be nice to go in there and come out with a win. Especially after the way we played last time. It didn't look like we knew what we were doing at all. And I feel like we've grew a lot since that game. It was kind of the turning point in the growth that we've kind of taken. Really anxious to get out there and get after it. And you know what they got. And guys are ready for it. Like I said, they're coming off that break, feeling rejuvenated. I don't know. I'm excited for it. And then we go and got South Green Tuesday night.
And a game that matters a lot.
Really important.
Because not only is it a district game, not only is it also a county game, but with Hampton moving into the conference, we've kind of touched on it a little bit. It makes things matter a little bit more because you've got those extra 2 games, which can benefit you but also not benefit you. And it matters whenever you have your home games.
Yeah.
How much does this one matter?
It matters a lot. South Green, I mean, probably one of the best teams in this side of Tennessee, I think. They're big, they're lanky, they got a lot of shooters. I don't know how many times I've looked at their stat lines this year, and it's never the same person leading scoring night to night. I mean, Jace can come out and have 30 this night, and then look at the next night, Cooper comes out, and he's got 32 of his own. And then they got Buckner down there, double-double pretty much from him every night. Plays hard, good shot blocker. And Woody, I mean, kept up with him a little bit. He's got a few offers here I've seen lately. And they got Caden, the sophomore. So, I mean, overall, they're a solid team from top to bottom. We'll have to play well, have to take care of the basketball, and, you know, they're going to run that extended matchup zone. Got to get middle touches frequently and often and go with it from there.
It's a very important game because with it being, I think, a 10-game conference schedule this year, you've kind of got a little bit more room to drop one somewhere if you do because you've got those extra games added on. But with it being Hampton, that also kind of erases everything because you're bringing in a team that's a defending champion.
Just one state.
In the class below you guys. So not only defending conference, they technically won conference last year. They won regular season, but did lose the district tournament.
University
but when you're talking about defending state champions coming in, that doesn't make you sleep any better.
No, that's no joke.
No. It's nice to have those 2 extra games where if you do drop one at the end of the season like you did Happy Valley, you've got that extra game later in the season. Like, hey, we can get that back, but Hampton's that's a different animal.
It's tough.
And I know you've got them coming up later in the season too, but the good thing is they're not next, so
they're not next.
You don't have to worry about them
Worry
right now.
about North Green right now. We'll hit the ground running and see what we can do.
Got South Green next time we come in. We'll talk about Chucky Doak. Talk about whatever's after that too. Cherokee.
And we got full slate.
Yep.
Hang on, buckle up.
Still got Unicoi left to go too.
Yep. That's towards the end. Johnson County.
Yeah, Johnson County 2 times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to go to the Washburn still, man.
Hampton twice.
Yep. Hampton twice. South Green twice.
Hey, it's January.
Chucky Doak twice.
This is when it picks up.
We got everybody twice. We done played Gibbs twice. We played Unaka twice. We've already played everybody else twice.
And then the districts start in February, so you got a little bit of time to get a lot of games in.
A little bit of time. Not a lot of time.
Buckle up. This is when it gets fun.
Here we go.
Coach, that's all I got for you this week.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Appreciate
you once
it.
again. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Critters Corner Alan Tolliver Show. We look forward to seeing you all next time here on Grassroots Media.